Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1952 Smith Corona Silent vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in the USA and one of the top typewriters of all time. There's a lot of writers and collectors that rank this as number one because of the reliability and the practicality of Smith Corona. Workhorse, not necessarily the most fanciest looking machine, but definitely one of the most reliable. And I love this machine because it's super reliable and it's durable. It's not going to scratch, it's not going to scuff. You could put this anywhere in your house and it looks like it fits. Doesn't look too fancy. It's an office machine basically. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. This is the right margin. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. So this is a premium typewriter. It's got a paper bail with 3 rollers and 2 paper fingers. So we're going to set those margins again once we load the page. You don't want to be too close to either side of the paper finger because you will get stuck on them with the vibrator. So you just want to get as close as you can and then reset those. And I already have some print up here that's got some errors, but that's okay. That's a manual typewriter. That's what happens. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip this switch back 1 notch. It skips 2. 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on this next line to switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on a blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. If you're a true writer or collector and you don't have one of these in your inventory, you got to get one. One of the best of all time for many reasons. Print looks perfect. It's got elite typeface, prints 12 characters per inch. And the upgrade to this is the Silent Super. And basically the only difference is it has a tab set and clear on the keyboard. This one has the manual tabs on the back. And there's plus and minuses for having both of those, and I'll explain those. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Also, it allows you to straighten the page. As you can see, that's a perfectly straight page that I have in there. But sometimes if you load it a little bit crooked, like that, you can unlock so that it would feed like this. But if you unlock that paper release, you can straighten that like that, and then you flip it back, and now you have a straight page. But you want to make sure that that is in the back position before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. We're going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side and shift lock on the left to clear that. Just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side. Very good. Very smooth. Smith Corona really put a lot of effort into getting this right. Unlike the Skywriter, which basically they just put a bunch of pieces of metal together and threw that thing out on the market. It's a piece of crap. All right, MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR and it allows you to type all the way to the end. Very good. All right, so let's work with these tabs. Flip this panel back and you can access the tabs. And this is why they call them tabs. It's an actual tab and it fits into this rack. You want to make sure that the open side is facing outward. Otherwise, you could get stuck on your bell hammer there if it's protruding. So what it does is it just stops at each one of those little, it won't work with this panel back, but it just stops at each one of those little tabs. There's a scale on there to tell you exactly what spot that they're on. Right now they're in 10 space intervals from 10 to 70. You can So the plus and minuses are on that is that there's less problems to go wrong when you have the manual tabs. So if you have a tab set and clear on the keyboard and somehow that that has problems, your entire keyboard is now unusable unless you get it taken to a technician. So technically, this is easier for maintenance over time. So if you're not a big tab person, you probably want to go with this one so you don't have to take it into a technician so often. The hood opens from the front like that. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right clockwise. If you want to switch that direction manually, flip the switch above the backspace here, and it will pull counterclockwise to the left. And it has an automatic reverse. When you get to the end of the ribbon, it will pull on this on either side with the eyelet, which is a little metal piece on the end of the ribbon, about 6 inches off from the end, and it'll pull on that and swap it back to that side indefinitely. If you don't have an eyelet at the end of your ribbon, you can tie a knot, and that should do the same function. Touch control from low to high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. It loads a spring that's connected to all the keys. And you do have to hit the keys a bit harder for them to print, but they respond faster. So you just want to play with that to gauge your preference as far as touch control goes. Carriage release on both sides. It's got the nice metal carriage release. This is an overall, um, I would say, A machine. So and then you're dealing with the A pluses when you're dealing with the Hermes 3000 and um, Olympia SM9. This might be the third. Maybe the Olivetti Laterra 32 might be number 3. This might be number 4. Definitely top 5. This is your carriage lock. When you lift that up, it releases the carriage and locks it in the middle. To unlock it, just move it to the right. Carriage release on the left side. And a lot of people, depending on your style of writing, might rank this as number 1 for various reasons. And so, for example, the Olympia SM9, that's the most durable typewriter, but some people, so for example, like I wouldn't pull out my Hermes 3000 to write some notes on because it's just too fancy. This is so perfect because you could take this anywhere. You could take it out to the woods and you're not worried about it getting dirty or anything. Okay, you pull out this lever, it will disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever on the inside here. You flip it to the front, disables the spacing. You flip it to the back, you get the clicks. And it's got a page gauge on the inside of the left side of the platen. If you load the page underneath the 11 right there, it will start to warn you on the left side when you're getting close to the end of the page. 2 inches left, 1.5, 1 inch left, and that's the end of the page. And that's the end of this video. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.